Love, exciting and new.
Hello, Hannah Waddingham here. Have you seen the fabulous new Sun Princess? World-class entertainment, exceptional dining, and the greatest pizza ever.
It's a love.
Don't miss our Come Aboard sale with up to 40% off and free room upgrades. Visit princess.com or call your travel advisor to book. Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Offer ends 2/28/25. Ships of Bermudan and British Registry.
What's up, everybody? This is Dark Macek with Brutally Delicious, coming into the review of Exiled Hope's brand new album, Apocrypha. Okay, so brand new project to me. Sounds like it has a couple releases before this. And to use a phrase I don't think I have ever used in any of my reviews before, this is a one-woman band. It's really interesting stylistically to the point where I had to go around and Google because I couldn't think of bands to start comparing to. The first description I found online was blackened power metal, and I think that's something that Sofia herself said. I would actually say that Gothic should take some precedence before either of those. The Metal Archives, which as we all know is the arbiter of all truth in the universe, says symphonic/Gothic metal. I do think the blackened thing deserves a spot there, though. So instead of just talking in terms of generic labels, let's say that there are a wide variety of feelings and vocal styles on this album. We have banshee shrieks, we have very emotional pain singing, and we have some singing that is rather excited and, I don't know, forthright, something that makes you want to go charge into battle. I guess that's the power element. We have a lot of moments that are haunting and some that are rather exciting. I often talk about how a lot of albums or songs are a journey. Oftentimes that just means that the pacing is really good, but they don't always necessarily take you somewhere different emotionally rather than just elevating you at the end of the song. This is actually like a change of scenery across most of the tracks. So let's talk about some. The Day Will Come. This is more of the singing style than of the haunted banshee shriek, but the track itself still has the haunting kind of ambiance. It's just less of tiptoeing through a dark, creaky mansion and more of like you find the ghouls dancing. I actually thought about the Haunted Mansion Disney ride here. It's not like the initial ascent when it's dark as fuck. It's more like when you see all the ghouls in the ballroom and then like the two portraits of the dueling brothers. Please tell me you've been on this. Blood of the Ancients. This is less of that haunting ambiance and more just straightforward metal or rock and roll. There's a lot of double kick drum here. It really gets your blood pumping. You got the same singing voice rather than the banshee shriek, but it's more excited than it is mournful. It stood out to me in this song, and I mean this in the best way possible, that these vocals are not auto-tuned, or if it is, it's very slight. Some of the harmonies sounded incredibly human and not like the robotic shit you hear everywhere today. Altar of Moloch. Okay, so with a title like that, I really wish I knew the story of this, but unfortunately. Here's another cool blend of styles. We have the banshee shrieks, we have some haunting aspects, we also still have that metal energy we saw in Blood of the Ancients. It's really cool to see them combined here. There's tons of layered shrieks at one part, and what I think is a haunted laugh coming in the mix. It's just cool vocal layering, or should I just say voice layering. Last but not least, Lightborn. This one has a cinematic quality to it. I think it could be in a video game as a boss fight, or, this is very specific, but it works, in a movie where you find out that your trusted ally for the past 75 minutes has actually been working against you the entire time. There are some hellish vibes to it, so maybe that turncoat has devil wings sprout out of the back of his jacket at the same time as the reveal. But it's definitely one that has you feeling something. Okay, so really nice blend of styles and all from one person. So if you take this as a mission of blackened power metal, well, it's always very risky blending styles, but when the payoff is there, it's good. I'm a sucker for like some of the Volbeat stuff that blends rockabilly and metal. The important thing is the song and how it makes you feel, and I think this release has that with aplomb. Kick ass. Thanks so much. Rock on.
Every listener to Too Much Effing Perspective knows that my co-host Alan Keller is a music nerd. And right up there in his pantheon with the Beatles and Elvis Costello is The Clash. So Alan, it's one thing for you to be a nerd, but how did you rope in a cool guy, 311's Nick Hexum, into a full-on Clash geek fest on our show?
Well, first of all, Alex, it was your idea.
Oh, right.
Second, Nick actually jammed with the Clash's Joe Strummer in a supergroup that included Flea and Tom Morello.
Okay, well, there is that.
And finally, one member of the Clash cited This Is Spinal Tap, the reason our show even exists, as his favorite movie.
Which one?
Hey, if you want to find out, you got to listen to Too Much Effing Perspective. That's Too Much EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.